Good morning and happy Friday. Welcome to drawing. Let me just get this pinned and whatnot, give people a chance to show up. I know there's always a delay from when I go live to when people get here. Morning. You guys were quick today. Weekday drawings. Marcus announcement. There we go. Good morning. Hello. Welcome. Happy Friday. You've made it through the week. We did the Minion page the other day, and someone said it'd be fun to do a Doodle page, and so I messed around with it tonight and it came out pretty good. So that's what we're going to go with, is kind of a Despicable Me Doodle page. There's a lot of characters on it. I tried to keep it pretty simple though. I didn't go too far into the people. Even though they're animated, sometimes people are like the biggest struggle. So I kind of went a little bit more with some of the other little characters that we see in that movie. Couple quick announcements. There is a sip and draw tomorrow night. I still do not know the topic of that sip and draw. It's either going to be fall related, and we're going to do like a fall theme, or we might have straight to pen, you call it, I draw it. So more of an interactive where you give me things you would like to see and we do like a sip and draw doodle page. But that doodle page ends up becoming things that you guys want to draw. I kind of like that idea. So we might do something like that. Haven't decided yet. Next Saturday, the 26th, you have a bonus sip and draw, which is our pairing up with Luchador coffee. So you can order your coffee beverages with 10% off. They're delicious. They have some that are pre-mixed, and then they have some that are just coffee, and then they have a whole bunch of different options there. Or they just have beans if you just want to order beans. So you can save some money on that. And then there's also a fundraiser, which I'm going to be sharing. One of our locals who's running for office for re-election is hosting a fundraiser. So that one is a buy-in, but we're drawing a Rosie the Riveter. So that's fun. So you potentially could do 2 drawings next Saturday, but one of them you do have to pay for because it is a fundraiser for her campaign. So I will be sharing that quite a bit over the next week. The event for the Luchador is already up. I did not create an event for the sip and draw tomorrow. It's going to be just like a very casual post with regards to it versus an event, because there's so many other events that I'm going to be sharing. I just don't want this like sandwiching of all these event notices and make everybody's eyes spin. So hello everyone. I think my mom is with my Aunt Jana there. Yay. I hope you guys are having fun. So let's get going on this sip and draw, this doodle page. It's a straight to pen Friday whenever we do doodle pages. If you're not comfortable with that, you go ahead and use your pencil. I won't be coloring this in. I never color in the doodle pages. And then I will upload the doodle page so you can color one if you don't feel like drawing. So let's turn this around. As with most doodle pages, I'm going to keep this a secret, even though I kind of have pre-drawn it. I'm going to just draw with you guys. So here we go. Okay. So we're going to start with Gru. We are drawing Gru. You can't not have him. And he's a pretty easy as far as people go. So I'm going to do a curved line that comes over to the side and then just curls in slightly. Over to the side here, I'm going to do kind of an oval shape, but it's not going to be closed. See, it's an ear. And then to show it's an ear, a common thing you'll do in ears when you're drawing for humans is you'll just do a little line kind of up along the top, and then you'll do this little V shape down below, and it just gives the look of the inside of the ear. Where this little curve is, you're going to do the tiniest little line coming down. Just a little dinky one. See that? Very small. And with Gru, the most key thing on him is that nose. So I'm going to start this nose a little bit inside here. I'm going to come way out, curve it around, bring it back in. It gets a little wider, and then curve for that nostril. And now if this little line you made doesn't touch his nose, you can go ahead and extend that. We're going to put his eyebrow right in here. Almost think of like a Nike swoosh. You're going to do a little curve and then come back. And then you'll make this thicker. His eye comes right off of it, so you're just going to do a curve below the eyebrow. You'll do one more little curve inside here. And then you're going to do a little circle of light up towards the top, and then you'll color this in black. And that just kind of gives him that creeping eye. He's creeping. Now his other eye is right here, so you'll do a tiny little line, and then I just do a little bit of black in there. So see how you're just kind of seeing the side of the other side of his face, a little bit of that eye. The front part of his face is just going to be a curved line. His mouth will also almost be like this Nike swoosh. You're going to do a little bit of curve and then back up. Do a little cheek line. And then a little line down below here for his bottom lip. Below his ear, you'll continue this line just a tiny bit, just a little bit of a line there. And then this will connect to the front. And you're going to end up making this a scarf. So you'll curve down. It'll be thicker in the front, thinner towards the back, and it'll come back here behind the ear. And off this front piece, there'll be one little scarf, you know, the hanging part, and then you'll have another one over here. So you're just doing kind of curved edge rectangles. You'll put fringe on the end of the scarf by just doing a bunch of little lines down here at the bottom. And then his scarf is striped. So you're just going to do stripes. And then stripes. And then the only thing I'm going to do to finish him off is I am just going to give a shoulder right there. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going to draw the rest of his body. You can if you want to. I'm going to fill other things onto the page. I just wanted to get his face in there. So that's our first little Despicable Me character. I really kind of felt like you can't have Despicable Me drawing without Gru in there. Next, I'm going to do the unicorn. There's a stuffed unicorn that one of the girls carries around. So I'm going to start with the horn of the unicorn. I'm going to do a curve and then come up into that peaked triangle. Remember, when you're drawing with pen, you have to kind of account for where lines are going to cross shapes. The face is coming off on each side, so I'm going to do a curve line down here and a curve line down here. Just off of this horn, I'm going to do another curved line on both sides for the eyes. And black dots in the center. The lower half of the face is it's more oval, but it's wider at the top and then it gets narrower at the bottom. And the nostrils are like little spirals. A smile and a tongue. For the ears, you're doing a curved edge triangle. It's going to come off the eyes and then come back in towards the eye. You'll do one on each side because there's two ears. And you'll put a little one inside of that to do the inside of the ear. And he's laying on his stomach, so I'm going to do a line that comes off the ear and then curves down. Right back here, there'll be one of the hooves, and it's a curved edge rectangle. Now the other hoof, we're just seeing the front of it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have a circle that's just floating. Like that. And then I'm going to draw a little edge on it over here. And then a line coming from the face, and then just a little bit of a line coming up. So that's part of one leg. And then you'll do the belly connecting back here. And we need a line right here going across. And then the other leg is going to come over here off the front. You want it about the same size as this over here. So a line coming out. And then I'm going to curve a line to connect. And then I'll put a curved line inside here because we're seeing the bottom. And then another curved line here for that hoof, hoof. How do you say that? Hoof? Hoof? And then we need the fluffy hair and the fluffy tail. So all I'm going to do with this is just kind of zigzag a giant like poof. I'm not worrying about making sure that it's completely connected because you know how we do that? Sometimes we'll use our color. And then I'm going to do the same up here. And there is our unicorn. I'm realizing this leg came out a little bit wonky. I would have angled that down here a little bit more, but you know, that's the thing when you're working in pen. But once you start coloring, a lot of that stuff ends up hidden anyway, so. Okay, next up, we're gonna draw another minion, but we're gonna draw that minion that's kind of, I don't know, there in one of the later movies, you know, there's like the bad minions or the minions become bad. I don't quite remember, but it's been a while since I've seen it. But we're going to start with his hair. And his hair is going to be very much like when we draw a fire, when we draw a flame. So I'm going to come up, go in, out, in, out, in, out. Just like I'm doing a fire. And then I'm going to do 2 going down. Now right here in the center, I will draw a circle. I'll draw another circle inside that. A line across. And then you're going to do another little half circle down below, and you're going to color that in, leaving just a little bit of white at the top, a little circle of light. So that's the eye. This is going to come out to the side on each side. So if your hair isn't going into the top of this, just connect it. Just see, I just added a little line to connect it. A line to come down and go back in. This is like that, the goggles, the strap of the goggles. I'm going to do a short curve line here. A longer curve line. This one's actually going to come down and around, but it's going to come shy of this side. I'm not going to connect it there because what's going to happen is we're going to make the mouth. So we're going to curve in, and then I'm going to angle this up. I'll connect that there. And now I'm going to put some teeth So I'm just doing some little lines. I'm going to color that in black. And then I'm actually going to just kind of shape my teeth by coloring little black around the edges. See how I'm like making the teeth more curved? You can also make a little bit of a gap in the teeth. Now he has these really weird arms, so they're long and skinny. So we're gonna do the first one, come down, come out, around, almost like I'm drawing a tail on a dog. And then you'll put a little line here and then just a little line inside there for the hand. From this front side, we're going to do the overall that curves and connects back here. So this is his body. To make the actual overall line, we need to do a curve here inside. So we're going to start not lining up with this arm, a little bit off to the side and curve it. So now see, it looks like that overall. And then you can also put a pocket on the front. And you can put that little symbol in the middle of the pocket. And then the arm on the other side, now we can add that in. So we're going to start it about the same, have it come down, out, around, back in, do our little line. And then down below here, we're just going to give him little legs, little feet. So we're coming down, curving around, and going back up. And I'll put a little line where the ankle is, so it's like pants and shoe. So that's your kind of creepy little minion guy. And next up, we're going to do the dog. So the dog, I'm going to start kind of down here. You know, he's kind of puffy. He has these like, they almost look like antennae, but they're like ears, I suppose. So I'm going to do a little upside down triangle down here. So I have plenty of room below and plenty of room up above to fit this guy in. And then off of this nose, I'm going to draw a circle, a big circle, and then one coming off of this side. I'll have two little lines in the nose for nostrils. A curved line inside the circle on each side for the eyelids. And then you'll have the pupils in the center. And a little black dot in the middle of those. Again, we have to do this guy in some weird parts because we have to make sure that like hair is behind teeth and you're just, again, layering. So I'm going to put the mouth in next. So the mouth, I want room because he has really sharp teeth. So I'm going to start it off to the side here and just kind of wavy line come out and then bring it back so it's more narrow on this end. And then from here, you can start putting his teeth in. So I'm going to have one that kind of curves forward. Maybe this one curves out. a littler one, a gap. These two are kind of off each other. And then the next piece I'm going to do is those little, I don't know if they're his ears, I would guess, or they're like little antenna, but it's going to come up and then just do like a jagged edge puffball. So not a pretty puffball where it's like a cloud. You actually want to do like zigzags, pointed edge, and then bring this back in. And then over here, you're going to do another one that curves out. Do that jagged edge puff and bring it back in. Now we'll do a little zigzag down to the eye. I'm going to do some big zigzag fur to these little antennae and then picking up on the other side. And he doesn't have to be super clean, like he's pretty ugly. Now the rest of his body, you're gonna just do kind of a little line down from his eye and then just a jagged, like rough line. That connects to here. I'll put a little jagged line there. I need to give him that tail, which is much like the antenna on his head. So I'm going to do a line, a jagged edge puff, and then bring the line back in. And then his feet are kind of the same. You just come down, go jagged out and back, and then bring it back up. So down, jagged, little poofy, back up. And then one more. And that is that funky little dog. I feel like too, this is like a really fun one once you start coloring. I mean, he's very like dark and black. This guy is like purples. Then you've got the unicorn who's going to be really fun pinks. This is a drawing that needs color. Now, I couldn't do another Despicable Me and not draw minions, but I thought I'd do something different here. So I'm going to do 2 hot dog tips down here on the bottom of my page. 1, 2. In this one, I'm going to draw 2 circles that are connecting in the center, but I don't want a line in the center. So I'll show you what that means. I'm actually, you know what it is I'm drawing a number 8 on its side. So you're kind of finding the middle. Draw your circle. And then draw it on the other side. So see, it's number 8. You'll put a little line out to the side, a little line out to the side, connect that. You want it coming out of the edge a little bit, and then you can color that in black. Same over here, out to the side, connect it. On the outside of the face, color it in black. We're going to make this line thicker. I don't want it too thick, so I'm just kind of adding a little a little bit of thickness to it. And then inside these circles, we'll put the eyes. So a circle here, a circle here. The circles inside his eye. And I'm going to leave my circle of light on this side, on both eyes. So it kind of makes him look like he's looking over this way. And then off the top of his head, I want a little bit of hair. So I'm going to do a line, and then some little hairs in the middle. And there is minion number 1. The other one, I'm just going to do that single circle. So circle in the middle. Do your line out to each side that comes out of the face a bit, and you can color that in. Same on this side. And then we're going to make this a little bit thicker, just like we did the other. That way it just kind of looks like, you know, the goggles versus his eyeball. And then same thing, a circle in the center, another circle, color it in, but leave yourself a circle of light in the middle. And then this, I want a tighter tuft of hair, so I'm just going to kind of do this. I'm like not picking up my pen, and I'm just doing a little thick bunch of hair. So there is our 2 minions. Next, we're going to do their little gun, their little ray gun, which it kind of looks like a plunger inside of like a bullhorn. So I'm going to start with just a little tiny hot dog shape with a little bump on the back. I'm going to come from the edge of this, I'm going to come up and out, and same here, up and out, or down and out, sorry, one's up and out, one's down. Now here in the middle, I need that middle part of the gun in first before I draw the connector, so I'm going to put a little floating line, 2 lines, do a curved line on that edge of that, and then from this right edge you're going to come up, around, back down, and back up. So see how we did that? Like if we had drawn this part first, then we wouldn't have had this inside the center. It would have had to have been outside. So that's why when you're drawing with pen, you always have to consider what shapes you need to do first and then build off of those. And then this little end kind of looks like a plunger. So we're going to come up off this and then kind of swoop up and out. This comes down and then swoops down and out. And then you're going to do kind of a curved line to connect, but that line is going to come out bigger on the outside. You can draw a little edge right here. And then draw the handle down at the bottom. So the handle is almost like you're drawing a triangle, but you're going to then square it off and come back up. And you could draw a little like rays coming out of it. Next, I actually want to do the lettering, the Despicable Me lettering. If this is going to be too difficult for you with the pen, just go ahead and do this one part in pencil. So I'm just basically making a block M. So I'm going to do a big long line. I'm going to come over, and then I'm going to make a V. Over, and I want this as far over as that. I want those to match, although I have left very little room for my E, but we'll make it work anyway. These come in. It comes straight up, and then it comes down, over, back up. The E we're going to do right up next to it because I really didn't give myself a ton of room for it, and I'm going to come almost all the way to the edge of my paper. I'll come down, in, down, out, down, in, down, out. There we go. Me. What is that? So what are you asking about? Are you asking about this? This is the Despicable Me logo. If you're asking about this, this is the little ray gun they always use. The Minions always had it to like shoot people with, or shoot at people or something. In fact, my kid owned one of these one time and it made all kinds of noise and it drove me crazy and I took it to the Goodwill. Now, once you have the me, you're just going to write Despicable in just all capitals. And this is just one of those things you just hope it fits. But if you're working with pencil, you know, you can always erase. And see mine, it's not fitting as well as I want it to. Ideally, I would want this to go all the way across, or at least be like completely centered, and it's short, but oh well, that is what it is. And you can even do things like, you know, you could write ray gun, you could write Gru's name. One thing I wrote last night is she sings that song, Unicorns, I Love Them. Oh, I almost made that an N. There is nothing worse, really, than getting to this point of a drawing and messing up when you're working in pen. And I almost just wrote unicorns. And you can also, you know, down here by your little minions, you could write they're funny. Sayings. Yellow bellow. And banana. And you could even draw a little banana between them. So I'm just doing 2 little black dots with a curved line that connects, and then just a little line inside for banana. And you could put bananas all over the page. Now, lastly, I'm going to do, there's a Minion logo and there's a Gru logo. The Gru logo is tricky. I don't know that I'm going to get it right. I barely got it right last night. So I'm going to start with a circular shape, but I'm going to leave an opening in it. Just like that, okay? So see, there's the tiniest little opening inside here. Now, this is going to come in and it's going to make a V. And then it comes up in a V shape. This is shorter. You're not coming like this one came all the way to where the opening. This is shorter because you're going to come in, around, you're going to make that little inner G. And that's going to connect to that line. Whew, I think I did it. And then all of this space gets colored black. So the one beauty last night, I messed it up, but because you can color this inside black, you can kind of cover it a little bit if you've made any mistakes there. Or, spoiler alert, just use a pencil so you can draw it more accurately. And this is always the part that takes some time, this coloring in. We're almost done. We're going to do a minion one next, and then that's it. Oh. Early on in quarantine, we actually watched all of these again. They're pretty cute. Pretty cute. We also went on the ride in Universal Studios, and oh God, that place just makes me sick. I really love roller coaster rides, but I don't like when there's simulation. And that's pretty much what all they are there. So a lot of them I have to just keep my eyes closed. Oh, that worked out pretty good. There you go. There's your Gru. And then for the minions, it's a lot easier. You're just going to do a circle. You're going to come up at an angle, put a V, come down, and then repeat that down below. Up, come a little short, do your V, and then down. And then same thing, I would just color all of this black and leave that M white. Or I might have that backwards actually. So if I do, you can change it. It might be the M is black and the rest is white. But I already started coloring it, so I'm going with it, guys. I'm going with it. With the Drawing Wednesday, you guys were super cute. I loved that some of you did put Gru, some of you put other minions in. I always love to see what other little extras you guys add in. So definitely load your pictures today. Let me see them so I can see what yours came out like. And again, I thought about doing the girls, but I felt like if we did the girls, we would just get the girls done. It's a little bit trickier to draw the people. Gru was fairly easy, but you know, when you're drawing the whole thing and their bodies, and I felt like we wouldn't be able to draw as much. So this way, we got to draw a little bit more. But I bet some of you do something with the girls. I mean, there's definitely other villains that can be added in. Okay, that pen is toast now. I'm going to put like pew pew. For the ray gun. How about grrr? And I'm having a bad day. All right, and there we go. There's our Despicable Me doodle page. You got some of the other fun characters in there. You got Gru. We did a couple of extra little minions, but I like them just kind of peeking here off the bottom. You could definitely fill it up, add other little things in there, other sayings and quotes, or like I said, you could even do the girls. I will be back tomorrow for our sip and draw. I will make a firm decision tonight on what that's going to be. That's it, guys. Happy drawing. Please share your pictures so I can enjoy them as well. And if you don't draw with me on Saturdays, I will see you next Wednesday. Thanks so much, guys. Happy drawing.